Sometimes when I work in schools, I would introduce myself as a professional child. The virus in my brain makes me draw this stuff and it's like, okay, I'll do it, I guess. And most of my practice is about play and joy and things that I'm just inviting people to see themselves in. So my name's David and I'm an artist, and for a long time I've used the name Ghost Patrol. And part of the reason for that is like doing street art in the early 2000s. Yeah, my work's in the National Gallery. I have a big painting in Parliament House. Like, I don't know how these things happen. Sometimes I look at that stuff and I think, oh, who let me do that? That's wrong, that's not right. I can't have a projection on Parliament House. It's even hard for me to list some of these things that I'm proud of or opportunities that I've had. I'm so lucky to have done any of it because I didn't train, and that wasn't like my ambition to be an artist. So I didn't really have to think, who am I through my drawing? I'm not asking my drawing to be my full identity, even though in a way it's become that, but that came in later in adult life, I think. As a young person, I didn't know that was a job. I'd heard, oh, cartoonist, I think people said that, but I'm born in 81, so in Tasmania, I would say that's a pretty isolated place, and I'd never heard of artists or gallery, so I wasn't aspiring to become that or seek the validation. And most of my practice is about play and joy and things that I'm just inviting people to see themselves in. Sometimes when I work in schools, I would introduce myself as a professional child. I'm just doing the same thing I did as a young person, as all young people do. And in recent times, I've been able to reflect on why I love drawing so much is because I do believe that it's magic and that everything in this room, someone had to draw it to make it. That's how you make things. You can play tennis and not become a professional tennis player, but why don't we do that with art? People don't feel free to do it, destroying that part of expression that's very human, because what would I do if I wasn't drawing? Maybe no one crushed that in me. No one told me that can hurt you. Don't do that. Or you look stupid. Like, I'm okay looking stupid. I accept. I'm a dork. The drawing thing on the creative thing is like a virus. Not everyone has it. But my virus is like one of those weird fungi that get into insects, and it controls their brain and makes them climb a tree, and then they burst out of the top. I don't know if the virus is coming out of me, but the virus in my brain makes me draw this stuff and it's like, okay, I'll do it, I guess. And you try to let go of it and be free to what it wants to be. But because when you're a kid, you just see something and you want to play with it. That's still what I do now. I just have forgotten, or I don't have any voices in my life, or haven't had any that say, but don't do that because you'll look stupid, or don't do that because you'll get hurt, or whatever, some kind of negative thing. I haven't been able to absorb that. I've been doing a bunch of different experimenting over the last few years in the studio, and one of those experiments has grown into this body of work, which is based around stamps. I like the misalignment. I like it when the prints don't work, but also there's a lot of labor in making big detailed drawings or watercolors or even paintings, that using the stamps I kind of changed the slider or the dial on that measure so I could make a lot more playful work and then cull it back to the ones that worked. There's a lot of mistakes in this play, but the play is fast and rapid and silly. I kind of connect those things, but I feel like, yeah, my play sense is in touch with my childhood sensibilities, and that's all based on memory. Like the cartoons I watched as a kid had a big impact on me, I admit. Something that the world building is a big part of what I do. I've been working on that in my mind since I was that age. I don't think I think about memory a lot, but now when you say memory, it's like, oh, it's pretty much all I do, I guess.